confident about the Israeli forces has it, and they are on their way.
रॉकेट जो है वो यहाँ पर दागे जा रहे हैं
और वो देखिए आप हमारे सिर के ऊपर से पास में जो है वो यहाँ पे मिसाइल्स गिरी है।
इजराइल अब ये इंतजार कर रहा है कि जैसे ही सभी लोगों को बाहर लेकर आया जाएगा, आतंकी को खत्म करने को लेकर जो स्ट्रैटेजी इजराइल ने बनाई है उसकी तैयारी भी की जाएगी।
ಇಸ್ರೇಲ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಹಮಾಸ್ ನಡುವಿನ ಸಂಘರ್ಷ 12ನೇ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ದಿಟ್ಟ ವರದಿಯನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು
गोलियों की बौछार हमास के आतंकियों द्वारा कर दी गई।
So there is an alert. There is an alert which has been given.
Hello, welcome. You're watching the Saturday edition of This Is Exclusive with me, Shavin Sen. Ladies and gentlemen, 24 hours ago, when that big political sting we put out, little did we know that it's going to be the biggest talking point. Yes, it has now become the biggest talking point, with the Prime Minister raising this during the rally in Durg. Union Minister Smriti Irani as well as Anurag Thakur also now raising questions about the role of Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel. While Republic TV has already put out the sting, raising some very uncomfortable questions for the Congress government in the state of Chhattisgarh, the Enforcement Directorate has now made some sensational allegations against the Chief Minister. In fact, his name finds a mention in the remand application, a story that we broke 24 hours ago. But tonight, we'll take you through the impact of that big political sting. All this and much more on this edition of This Is Exclusive. But first, these are the headlines we are tracking for you at this hour. Multi-crore betting scam hits Congress as Republic sting operation becomes the biggest political talking point.
यहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री ने छत्तीसगढ़ की जनता को बताना चाहिए कि दुबई में बैठे इस घोटाले के आरोपियों के साथ उनके क्या संबंध है।
In Durg, Prime Minister asked why is Bhupesh Baghel silent on Dubai connection.
Use of Hawala operations and illicit money emanating from Dubai by illegal betting operators.
Union Minister Smriti Irani hits out in an unrelenting attack, says illegal betting operators funded election expenses of the Congress party.
पार्टी लड़ नहीं रही है, केंद्रीय जांच एजेंसी ही लड़ाई लड़ रही है। दूसरी बात आपने कहा, मैंने कहा निर्वाचन आयोग को ये ध्यान देना चाहिए कि जो बड़ी बड़ी संदूकें आ रही हैं स्पेशल प्लेन से, उसकी जांच क्यों नहीं होनी चाहिए।
Silent on the 500 crore charge, Bhupesh Baghel now tries to question investigative agencies.
ये लोगों को डराना, लोगों को फंसाना और वर्करों को डिमोरलाइज करना, लेकिन छत्तीसगढ़ में कोई ऐसे डरने वाले वोटर्स नहीं हैं।
Congress on the back foot now alleges political witch hunt against Bhupesh Baghel. Israel's relentless fight against terror continues. Hamas bases struck in overnight strikes. More than 140 killed, several injured in midnight Nepal earthquake rescue and relief operations underway. Ladies and gentlemen, just 3 days before Chhattisgarh goes to polls, a Republic sting exposing the political link in the Mahadev betting scam has now become the biggest talking point and has created ripples across the political sphere. Now let's take you through what the sting actually reveals. Republic was in Chhattisgarh for 9 days on the hunt for key players who were involved and aware about the multi-crore betting scam. It led us to 3 key characters. Abhishek Pallav, a serving IPS officer who was the superintendent of police of Bhilai in 2022 when the probe in the scam was in full throttle. The next person we stung was Dilip Chandrakar, uncle of Mahadev app promoter Saurabh Chandrakar, and lastly, the insider who knew every operation of the betting scam, Saurabh Shukla. Now, these stings essentially revealed how the betting scam was a police-guided and protected operation. And mind you, that's not what we are saying. It's the SP who himself had to say it's a police-guided, police-led operation. Now, the sensational revelation made was how the Chief Minister was completely aware about the scam, and not just aware, but perhaps, as the allegation has been leveled by the uncle of the main accused in this particular case, that the government has actually been demanding money from the main accused. Whether there is any truth in the allegations that have been made, that is for the investigative agencies to really find out. Republic's sting has now got a validation with the Enforcement Directorate's remand copy yesterday making a mention of the Chief Minister. They say that the Chief Minister allegedly received 508 crore rupees. Now that too from the promoters of the app. Republic's sting has exposed the political patronage in the Mahadev betting scam. And now it's upon the agencies to take this entire investigation forward. Remember that our sting has created ripples, but before we get those reactions, take a look at how a daring colleague, Harsha Chandwani, uncovered India's biggest political scam.
A 200 crore wedding in UAE's Ras Al Khaimah this February brought the Mahadev betting app into the crosshairs of probe agencies. This big fat wedding blew the lid off the multi-crore Mahadev online betting app scam, and celebrities like Ranbir Kapoor, Badshah, Jacqueline Fernandez and 20 others are under the ED scanner. However, what was brushed under the carpet was the political backing in a multi-crore betting scam, and only Republic has unravelled India's biggest political scandal.
1 state, 9 days and 2 cities. Republic was on the lookout for the key players in the multi-crore scam. The first few days was about hunting down the key characters and identifying them. Disguised as a documentarian, in my hands were 3 key characters who knew about the inside details, operation and involvement of system in the multi-crore, the biggest betting scam. The first one to be stung was Saurabh Chandrakar's uncle Dilip Chandrakar. And here is what he confessed to me on cam.
पतंगे रस्सी से खाली हो रहा हूँ ना, बड़े बड़े लोग हैं, यहाँ तक कि यहाँ के कोई नेता नहीं छुड़ा, बड़े बड़े लोग भाई, यहाँ कितने पुलिस वाले वेट हो गए इस चक्कर में, कुछ चैनल चला रहे थे, तो अधिकार जी पकड़ा है आपका, दो नेता बहुत चल रहा है, चंद्रभूषण राय, तो चंद्रभूषण वर्मा, चंद्रभूषण वर्मा तो इसका पी है ना, वो जो भी था, मुख्यमंत्री का, तो जाए नहीं दिया परसों, बस गया था तो इंडिया में वही थे वो लोग, हाँ, चारों को वहीं था फिर, अच्छा. क्योंकि जिस दिन मैं पहले दिन गया ना 25 अगस्त को, तो पूरी मिलिट्री फोर्स होता वहाँ गन में, टिकट मार गया तो कोई गन में नहीं, क्योंकि लोग को सौंप दिया था उसको पुलिस वालों को, पुलिस से फिर ये लोग 6 दिन का रिमांड पे लिए पीडी वाले, अच्छा, वापस कोर्ट से, हाँ, फिर अभी वही था, अब मेरे ख्याल से चले गए.
The first tip-off that he gave Republic was about how cops to politicians, top to bottom in the hierarchy, everyone was aware and involved in the scandal. This was not it. What he revealed further was sensational. He claimed that Saurabh Chandrakar pulled the strings from Dubai to ensure he is let off scot-free in investigation. He admitted how Saurabh was given the tip-off about the raid and was monitoring everything. अच्छा, यहाँ से वहाँ का CCTV?
वहाँ भी कैमरा लगा ना, वहाँ ब्रांडेड कैमरा है वो वाले घर में।
तो उस वाले कमरे का कैमरा दुबई ऑपरेट करते हैं?
कहीं भी चले जाओ आप, ऑल इंडिया विश्व में कहीं भी चले जाओ, ये मोबाइल में दिखेगा ये पूरा कैमरा। मेरे को उस रात में 2:30 बजे फोन आया ना, तो लोग गए 10 बजे रात को।
अच्छा।
भोरता अपने पैसे मंगाया, खाना अपने पैसे मंगाया, 5 बार कॉफी पिलाया, बस एक बार नाश्ता दिया, फल काट के।
वहाँ बज जाओगे 1 बज जाओ। क्या बोला फिर?
क्या पूछा, वही सब पूछा। अच्छा, सुबह भैया को फोन आया दिल्ली का, पूरी अलमारी का फोटो भैया खोल के।
The involvement of the system was exposed by Saurabh Chandrakar's uncle, Dilip. What is more shocking is that he revealed how the poor were cheated and their money was put into election campaign. He claimed that the Congress councillors were involved and everything was happening in cahoots with the system and the police.
शुरुआत में इसने अपना सिस्टम ये पुलिस महकमे में कैसे बनाया, कैसे इसको पता चला कि नहीं प्रोटेक्शन चाहिए तो
काम के लिए पुलिस को हाथ रखना जरूरी है और नेता लोग को भाई सबका हाथ है।
लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा पैसा
सामने छतरी में चुनाव ना, सब पैसे की डिमांड कर रहे हैं, सब पैसे की डिमांड कर रहा हूँ।
अच्छा
होगा कुछ जैसे कि यहाँ जो पकड़ाए हैं सतीश चंद्राकर और
ASI,
चलो खोल दी ना, बड़ी मार दो, इसको इतना देता था, उसको इतना देता था, ऐसे होगा, कहीं जुगाड़ होगा। उसकी विशेष पार्षद प्रियंका साहू इतना मोटा तो चैन उसके गले में, जितना वो मोटा था मेरी मिसेज पायल पहनती है, 4 उंगली में अंगूठी, ब्रेसलेट, एक सारा भोला बता दिया। सौरभ को सब चाचा यही है, सबका हाथ है।
लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा पैसा
सामने छतरी में चुनाव ना, सब पैसे की डिमांड कर रहे हैं, सब पैसे की डिमांड कर रहा हूँ।
Our pursuit to uncover the nexus took us to the another key character, IPS Abhishek Pallav, who first investigated the scam. The man who closely tracked down the investigation. He revealed how policemen were direct beneficiaries of betting, and the entire nexus wasn't just limited to policemen and constables, but extended to the ASI level officers as well.
सर वो ऐसा है, हमारा वैसा सिस्टम है, ये अधिकारी का है, वो अधिकारी का है। देखो यार, ना तो मैं इसमें ना लेता हूँ ना देता, मैं ना उसको संरक्षण दिया हूँ आज तक, ना मेरा काम है। CM साहब के पुत्र ने बोला कार्रवाई करने में, बोले नहीं सर वो तो हमारा सेट है, हम जाएंगे, बात करेंगे, ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे, उसकी टेंशन आप मत लीजिए सर, हम लोग देख लेंगे।
वो CM को सेट कर लेंगे अपने आप,
क्लेम कर रहे हैं। तो बोलने में तो बोस्ट करने में तो कुछ नहीं जाता। कहते हैं सर आपको दोबारा कभी कोई नहीं बोलेगा सर कि हम पे कार्रवाई करनी है। तो नहीं, देखिए क्या है कि अधिकारी कलेक्टर्स का इसमें डायरेक्ट रोल नहीं। महादेव ऐप में मैं कलेक्टर्स के बाकी रोल में रहे, DMF में घोटाले में रहा है, जल मिशन में रहा है, मतलब आपका कोल में रहा है। ये इसमें IAS सुब्रत साहू साहब का थोड़ा साथ रहे, ACS से CM साहब के, तो उनका बनता था टुटेजा साहब से, तो थोड़ा बात होती होगी। तो फिर सहदेव करके एक था, वो ज्वाइन ही नहीं कर रहा था वहाँ पे तुम्हारी, मैंने कहा ज्वाइन क्यों नहीं कर रहा है,
तुम्हारी दिया था आपने उसको,
क्यों नहीं ज्वाइन कर रहा है। तो मुझे कुछ लड़के बताया कि सर इसमें 3 पैदल चलाता है नागपुर में, तो क्यों ज्वाइन करेगा। मैंने कहा सस्पेंड कर दो इसको, मैंने को सस्पेंड कर दिया। सस्पेंड कर दिया तो पी जाओ, जैसे फ़ोन कराना शुरू कर दिया, ये हो गया। मैंने कहा तू मैंने इसकी डी करने के लिए ये प्रभात को दिया कि इसकी डी करो। प्रभात ने इसके वाइफ का बैंक अकाउंट निकाला, 3.5 करोड़ का ट्रांजेक्शन था उसके बैंक से। मैंने कहा यार तो बर्खास्त हुई, तो फ़ोन आया फिर बर्खास्त मत कीजिए, हमारा आदमी है तो हमारा आदमी है, तो बहुत अच्छा लड़का है, बहुत
कांस्टेबल और TI वगैरह।
और मैं क्या बोल दूँ, फिर क्या हुआ कि ये 4 भाई हैं।
This brought us to our next question to Abhishek Pallav. Was the system aware? Did the state know about the illegal 400 crore betting scam? And this is what Abhishek Pallav, the IPS, revealed.
सर आपको लगता है कि जब इतना जानकारी ले रहे हैं, सर आपको लगता है कि उसको सब कुछ पता है कि क्या हो रहा है?
देखिए जैसा मुझे समझ में ये आया कि मैं तो CM साहब के काफ़ी लंबी बड़ी बात होती थी, HDB हाउस में आते थे, तो 3-4 चीज़ मुझे क्लियर हुआ कि हो रहा है ये पता था, इंटेंसिटी इतना ज़्यादा है ये नहीं पता। 2 चीज़ें हैं, एक चीज़ तो है कि कुछ फंडिंग हो सकता है पॉलिटिकल फंडिंग बाकी स्टेट्स में करनी पड़ी हो, बहुत सारे चुनाव थे। मुझे लगता है एक्साइज का थोड़ा उनको आइडिया था, टोल का भी था, इतना इंटरेस्टिंग है उसका नहीं था। महादेव का आइडिया पूरा होगा सर, आइडिया भी होगा वो, लेकिन वो ये नहीं सोचे थे कि इन सब स्कैम में इतनी तरफ फंस जाएंगे पूरी तरह से।
A scam running to the tune of over 400 crore. And the heat of election campaign, some sensational allegations have been made that proceeds of crime were used for political funding. To reveal how the transactions were made, we stung the third key character, Saurabh Shukla. He is a Mahadev betting app insider, a man who has closely worked with the main accused and arrested and let off 2 times. The accused in the scam has also claimed that cash was ferried in air ambulances to fund the election campaign.
मैम सीएम है, उसके पास तक बहुत पैसा गया। अब ये पकड़ाया तो अभी है मैम, सिर्फ 65 करोड़ दिखाए, शो हुआ कि छापा पड़ गया तो चलिए 65 करोड़ पकड़ा गया। सब हवाला के जरिए पहुंच रहा है, सब टोटल हवाला है, कुछ नहीं है, मेन हवाला ही तो है मैम। ये जो पैसा जो इतना तो करोड़ रुपए जो जा रहा है सब हवाला के थ्रू पहुंच रहा है, और हवाला का काम रायपुर में भी अभी बहुत जोर शोर से चल रहा है। मैम ये पूरी सरकार खरीद सकते हैं,
खरीद सकते क्या? मुझे लगता है पैसा पूरा
सरकार चला रहे हैं ये।
A 200 crore wedding putting Bollywood celebrities under scanner. And scam taking place in cahoots with the politicians and the system. Though the money trail is yet to be established by the Enforcement Directorate and Hawala transactions are under scanner, the claims made by the key players are certainly explosive. If proven true, this will certainly be India's biggest political scam. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Well, joining us on This Is Exclusive tonight is my colleague Piyush Ori from Raipur. In a short while from now, we'll also be joined by our intrepid reporter Harsha, who's got us that big political scam that she's uncovered it after 9 days of investigation. In fact, my colleague Piyush Ori has also been in Raipur for the last 24 hours. Piyush, you've tried speaking to some of the Congress leaders. They seem to be perhaps in a tizzy. No one wants to really respond to that sting that has been done by Republic TV. There is nothing really wrong, and they believe that this is an attempt that has been made by the Bharatiya Janata Party through the Enforcement Directorate to tarnish their image. What prevents them from commenting on what an independent news network has done?
That one thing of which you can understand and you can sense while talking to the Congress leaders over here in Raipur is that they're definitely rattled by what this independent news network, by what we and Republic have done, by what our courageous reporter Harsha has done. Because yesterday when we went to the Congress reporters and tried to confront them with very hard facts, we were asked not to speak these tough questions and we were asked to move out of their Congress headquarters. Having said that, definitely they know about the sting which we have done over here in Raipur and Chhattisgarh in Bhilai, and they definitely seemed rattled, nervous and were just not willing to answer some very tough and pertinent questions which we at Republic did try to put in front of them. Having said that, we also tried to having a word with some of the BJP leaders over here and tried to understand from them, and the revelations from them have also been very shocking and revelatory. They have said that perhaps it is now very important for the investigative agencies, that includes not only the Enforcement Directorate but also the Central Bureau of Investigation, to come forward and investigate this matter, because the strains of this corruption may not just be limited to money laundering, but it may also be linked to the threats of national security, because there are fears that this amount of money has also gone to terror funding. Now, how true are these claims? It is only going to be coming out after there is a thorough investigation. But one thing is for certain, the kind of sting, the kind of very explosive details which we as Republic, which our correspondent Harsha has brought out, has definitely made a lot of people over here sit up and take notice of this massive scam which was happening over here in the land of Chhattisgarh. Back to the studio.
Piyush, I'll request you to stay on with us. Right. Piyush, I'll just request you to stay on with us. Finally, we get our intrepid reporter, Harsha, who's joined us on this broadcast. Harsha, congratulations to you first. And perhaps this has become the biggest talking point this election season. Little did we know that this is going to reach to such a point that it's going to make the Congress party feel so very uncomfortable that they chose not to respond to the allegations that have been leveled against them. And these are some very serious allegations. Give us a sense of what you're picking up from while speaking to the other leaders. You've tried speaking to some of the opposition leaders on this entire sting. As usual, you've had to hear some of the rhetoric coming in from the opposition leaders. But what's the sense that you're getting in from the ground post the sting?
Shravan, this is Republic exclusive investigation. In those 9 days when I was there in October, and in those times we had dig deeper, and the entire nexus is vast, it's massive. And today in National Capital, while we spoke to several opposition leaders from Left Party, from JDU to the BSP leaders, all of them were on the side of Congress, where they were stating that it is the election season and why ED is working right now on the election season. In fact, few Congress leaders like Acharya Pramod Krishnam went on by saying that if Bhupesh Baghel is guilty and if he is involved in the Mahadev betting app scam and if he is shielding the promoters, then he should be arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. But there is a divide in Congress in this entire Mahadev betting scam as well, because some leaders not on camera but off camera have been speaking that this betting scam wouldn't have gone unnoticed without the involvement of the political party. The huge political links surely would have been involved in shielding the main accused Saurabh Chandrakar. But while we spoke to the BJP leaders in National Capital, Shravan, many were saying that Enforcement Directorate has a proof and evidence of involvement of Bhupesh Baghel, and now the CM of Chhattisgarh, Bhupesh Baghel, should be arrested and the case should be registered against him, because not only he is shielding but also he is the main partner who is in with Mahadev betting scam since the year 2020. In fact, Manjinder Singh Sirsao went on by saying that Bhupesh Baghel not only from 2019 he had been taking money from Mahadev betting app promoters, but now during the election season and before that in by-elections as well, separately money was asked from the Mahadev betting app promoters. So this nexus is huge, and it doesn't stop only at Bhupesh Baghel, but Congress High Command is equally involved in this entire nexus of the Mahadev betting scam. So we are getting several reactions from National Capital, with BJP hitting out at Congress Party for shielding the prime accused Saurabh Chandrakar, who fled to Dubai from Bhelai. Back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Harsha, as well as Piyush Ori, for getting us the latest details on this big political scam that has been unraveled by Republic TV. Let me just quickly also take you through some of the reactions that are coming in first with regards to the union ministers. But before that, let me just take you through some breaking news coming in once again from the state of Chhattisgarh. This is coming in from Narayanpur, where just 2 days before the polls, the Red Army has called out a major attack. Naxalites have killed a BJP leader in Narayanpur. After the incident, there was commotion in the area. A confirmation now coming in that the BJP leader has been killed in Chhattisgarh. Let me just quickly go across to my colleague Piyush Ori, who's joining us on this broadcast, and we'll also try and go across to our executive editor Aishwarya Kapoor, who's confirming this news for us. That we'll try and connect with Piyush Ori in a short while from now. Till that time, let's just quickly take you through of what we know so far. BJP leader was killed in Narayanpur. That's the area where the incident took place. In fact, it's the hands of Naxalites is what we are picking up. More details are coming in with regards to the movement of the leader when this incident took place. Let's try and connect with our executive editor Aishwarya Kapoor for more details, as we have also accessed details of the leader's movement. In fact, remember, this is considered to be a sensitive area where this killing actually took place. The BJP leader was on campaigning duty when we're picking up that this incident took place. The Maoists are essentially suspected to be behind the killing of the BJP leader. That's big, once again raising questions about the fact that has the law and order situation in the state of Chhattisgarh once again come under the scanner. In fact, remember the assurance that was also made by the Chief Minister that with regards to dealing with the Maoists, he's been able to perhaps neutralize them. Let me quickly go back to my colleague Piyush Ori, who's joining us from Raipur, getting us the latest details. Piyush, bring us up to speed with regards to this incident that has taken place. A confirmation now coming in from our executive editor Aishwarya Kapoor that the BJP leader has been killed. What more details are you picking up?
Correct, live on.
We'll try and connect with. We seem to be having a problem with Piyush's audio line. We'll try and reconnect with Piyush in a short while from now. That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. We'll get you more details on this story that's just come in right now with regards to the killing of a BJP leader in Narayanpur. On the other side, Israel's relentless fight against terror continues. Hamas bases struck in overnight airstrikes.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
As we report from the ground zero, the loud bangs can be heard in the background. These are the artillery fires that are being done on the targets of Hamas and Hamas terror cadres that are roughly a mile from here. Israel Defense Forces are technically moving inside. The 3 teams that entered and now split into close to a dozen locations. That clearly shows that how this operation is planned and is being executed. The missile attacks can also be carried out at the targets of Hamas.
visionaries who have rewritten history by paving a new path of progress. Hello and welcome to Techno Phantom. We Flip 5G presents Women Pioneers of India in association with Republic TV. On today's episode, we have with us Vinita Singh, the visionary founder of Sugar Cosmetics, who has flipped the narrative being a woman entrepreneur. Let's take a look at her incredible journey. Meet Vinita Singh, CEO and co-founder of Sugar Cosmetics and an IIT and IIM graduate. What started as a dream moved on to redefining beauty standards. Soon after her graduation, Vinita was offered a package of 1 crore rupees by an investment bank. However, Vinita's path took a turn where she declined the offer to follow her passion of becoming an entrepreneur. With unwavering dedication, Vinita transformed Sugar into a global beauty brand celebrating individuality and empowerment. Welcome to Techno Phantom. We Flip 5G presents Women Pioneers of India in association with Republic TV. And before we deep dive into this conversation, we'll begin with a rapid fire round. So let's see how fast you are. Coffee or tea? Coffee. If you could time travel, which era would you visit?
I would go 100 years into the future and figure out if we manage to survive the climate crisis.
That's true. Which book are you currently reading?
Good Strategy, Bad Strategy.
Your go-to comfort food?
Rajma chawal.
Oh, mine too. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Work from home or work from office?
Work from office. I have 2 small kids, so work from home is almost impossible.
I understand. City life or the country?
Living in the city, but holidaying in the countryside.
Yes. Top 3 essentials for a successful entrepreneur?
I would say number 1 is resilience. Number 2 is resilience, and number 3 is resilience too.
That is so right. And on that note, Vinita, as we talk about your journey and how it has been in all these years, where did and how did Sugar Cosmetics come about and what inspired you to start it?
Firstly, thanks so much for doing shining